I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows all things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power to the people of the struggle as you come on in, as you come on in, as you come on in. Do know that you are welcome. Do know that this is a safe space. Do know that this is a space for intelligence, for encouraging thought, for being analytical and seeking the truth on our path to liberation. Truth. Do know that you are encouraged to call all family. You are encouraged to call all comrades. You are encouraged to let everybody know that we are in class. And in this class, we deal with a higher science. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because revolution is love inspired. So we love on each other, we respect each other, we greet each other, We want for each other what we want for ourselves. And all my classroom assistants, please keep the green screen info up and in effect during the class. Also, anybody who is in crisis, anybody who may be in need, or anybody who you witness may be in need of anger management, domestic violence, or intimate partner relationship abuse, life skills. The information will be in the chat. So salute, salute, salute. Peace and power to you all. I see you all. Darrell, what up? Vaughn? Sade, what up? Hampton, Mom, what it do? Jay, what up? 8-9, what it do, what it do, what it do, what it do? Woo! Kyra knows. Tata. Maurice Glover. Andrea Jones. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. She in class. Carol. What up, Carol? We gonna build tomorrow. What up? And Blue Piranha. In class early, front and center. Let's get busy. First and foremost, we want to give our deepest condolences to surviving family members of the icon, the now transitioned Tina Turner. Yes. Yes. We do. We do send our deepest condolences out. Yes, we do. We give our deepest condolences out. And we respect the legacy. We do. But in class, we got to keep it 1,000. We got to keep it 1,000. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Because it is a conversation that has to be had. It is a dialogue that has to be had. Because people have been coming at me all week with different little layers and levels to the conversation of what parenting look like, of what a father's responsibility is, on what single mothers do or don't do, what fathers would look like in a home, and all this other different aspects and what ifs and theories without having solid concrete facts and data to support many of these beliefs that are inherited or past beliefs. Beliefs from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s even. We're in 2023, going into 2024. A lot of that shit just don't work anymore. So we're going to build on it. And we're going to recognize her for who she was, what she endured, and who she became. And ultimately, she was one of the first passport brothers. We got to keep it all the way 1,000. Yes, she was one of the first passport brothers. She went as far as to give up, to relinquish her American citizenship. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So if that ain't a passport, brother, I don't know what is. Oh, by every definition, that's what she did. So we can speak on all of the things that we know about already. Excuse me, all the things that we know about already. We know that she and Ike, the great Ike Turner Sr., was responsible and the catalyst, at least one of the catalysts of what became rock and roll. All right? Especially popular rock and roll. We know that. They killed it during the 60s, 70s. And the two of them together had a very tumultuous life. We've seen it on Broadway. We've seen it in the film with Lawrence Fishburne and Angela Bassett. We've seen it in documentaries and interviews after interviews and after interviews. We know how tumultuous it was. We know that she is one of the most publicized survivors of domestic violence. Yes, we do. And we give her props for that, for the strength, right, that she displayed during and after. We know that history. What we don't know was the daily in and outs and outs and ins. We just don't. And upon research, should anyone choose to go in depth with it, we may find a lot of things out that you might not particularly agree with when it comes to who she actually is as opposed to the image. We know the entertainment industry is very, very fickle and misleading when it comes to somebody's image. We know that. And the image and the story that was sold, man, it was very emotionally triggering for a lot of women, not only our women, but women in general going through those situations. Because we know that domestic violence is not, a black issue only, right? It doesn't begin and start and end, right, with melanated folk. That is an issue that all women are well in knowledge of. That is the greatest fear for any woman, to have chosen the wrong partner and to wake up one day and find out that you have to fight for your life. You have to fight for children around you. That somebody has shown you a different face. That is frightening. That's terrifying. And our women, ironically, are not even the most in number when it comes to suffering through that. You wouldn't believe it unless you're in the work, right? Like I am. You wouldn't believe the numbers. You'd be like, wow, really? Yeah, really. So we give her props for getting up and surviving that situation. We give her the ultimate props for that. Not many, especially in the industry that she uh, lived in for the majority of life, make it out of that. Because the industry as an institution protects the abuser in that. So for her climbing out of different levels of abuse and different levels of sexism and chauvinism, yeah, she shows strength. She gets props for that. But also in the same time, let us really start peeling back, right? Some of the onion skin. Now, for most who don't know, we do know that there were children, several children around. And most may assume that all of the children were of that couple, but they weren't. Her first child wasn't from Ike Turner. The second two children were from Ike, but they weren't from Tina. They only had one biological child. One. She adopted his boys, he adopted hers. And they have one together. So you see the dynamic. Who was her first baby daddy? And who was Ike's first baby mama? And how did that play into not only the struggles that they had as a black couple, forcing their way into a Euro industry on the poor part of the planet, on this corporation, which is racist all the way through and through. There's a lot of dynamics in that. And you're dealing with substance abuse, and you're dealing with all type of PTSD and neglect. You know, these are children of the 40s and the 50s. So we can't even imagine what they went through. All right? So now her as a woman in this dynamic shows that, yeah, she couldn't have been and always wasn't the victim in it. Remember, and some of you may go through it. I know plenty of men, and I've been on that side too, who have been in a space where you're dealing with a woman with another child. It's not always fun. Conversations are not always pleasant. Parenting styles may different. They may be completely different. A lot of language and hurtful things are said by people who are really genuinely making an attempt to love each other. So, in the midst of the stories that we heard, right? In the midst of all that, let's start looking at the dynamics and not exclude the fact that they were in a lifestyle that really wasn't conducive to couples staying together. We don't know what was taking place during that era. You talking about the spooky now. You talking about different forces in the industry now. You talking about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That was beginnings of it. So we don't have a clue other than what script we saw, other than what interviews she was giving. We don't know. But we do know what we saw afterwards, what was presented, what was in the courts. We know that for a fact. So I want you to understand that. There were 4 children there. And they all love and respect her, Tina Turner, as their mother. As their mother. Now, when things got out of hand and she made the decision to survive, to not be the ultimate victim, to not end up in a bag somewhere, she did what she had to do. And in that was a separation. She knew she had to get on her own too and make a way for herself. Now, all the children have had interviews and made statement to how traumatic it was for them when she and Ike divorced, when she left. These were young men and were conflicted in that, as any children of divorce would be. Hurt, not understanding, couldn't really figure it out. And as young men, their rebellion was self-destructive. They themselves was in the industry, started indulging in drugs and things of that nature, even when they were provided with the best opportunities. Private schools, things like that. It wasn't living where we were. But she made a break for it. And people commended her for that. Clap, yeah, that's right, you survived. But in breaking away, she had to reinvent herself in that industry. Now, mind you, up until this point, we haven't heard anything in the realms of social justice, in the realms of power to the people. We ain't hear none of that. Everything up until this point has been for Ike and Tina in the industry doing what they do. They were far removed from any type of movements. Gone. They were really trying to get into pop culture, popular music. And that's what they transformed what we have, well, what was present at the time into what we have now. You ain't seen none of them with no Panthers, with Snick, with nothing. He was an alleged abusive drug addict with, pimpish ways and tendencies. You ain't see no black empowerment coming from his mouth to that degree. The only time, as with so many other celebrities and athletes, that they speak of empowerment or how black they are is when they are treated as such within the entertainment industry. Then, when they face, right, their handlers, the bankers, that's when they want to cry, oh, they doing this to me because I was one of y'all. But you ain't one of us. When the Black Panther Party officers getting shot down and all that. Nah. You looking at, nah. No, yes, sir, you're right. Them niggers is crazy. They talking about empowerment and equality. Now, we just want to make music. See? So, none of that is in her record. None of it. None of it. You ain't make no songs for Asada, for Angela, for Kathleen. None of that. None of that. But they sell you that when it's time for them to get a new image and to boost their popularity. They pander and say, nah, look, she black. However, she's not making traditional joints. When she left, she struggled for a while. She struggled for a while. Why? Because she don't play no instruments. She's a vocalist and a hell of an entertainer, but she throw a little pen, she can write. But just like I tell y'all about majority of these rappers, if you won't produce a beat, if you ain't a beat maker, if you ain't a producer, you victimized. You can only go but so far. So she struggled for a minute until she got around Euros and actually had to go to Europe to get that album completed and done. So when you look, there's no track record of her writing and busting her pen after Ike. Her and Ike wrote a lot of the songs together and he played the music. Okay? So along the way, along the path to her superstardom, there was a lot of people who assisted in that. Euros. Brian Adams, all type of people. Euros helped her write chords and structures and played instruments. And she was indebted to them, just like anybody else, just like any other artist. You're indebted to them, right? Even with Ike, when they broke up and split and she kept the name, yeah, she kept the name and was getting writers credit, but she didn't get any of the publishing or any of the masters, which should let you know that she's limited. Limited. And when you're limited, whether you believe in something or not, you're unable to fulfill it. You're unable to manifest it because there's always somebody saying, nah, we don't think that's a good idea. So all these super uber props that we're giving her or that they're giving her, you might have to, tone it down a little bit. Got to tone it down some because there were other people instrumental in her rise, in her climb. I'm just saying, we're going to talk, we're going to keep it a buck. All right? We're going to keep it all the way live. Any questions? Any pushback so far? And again, I don't know what's going on, but the chat, I've been having a lot of issues reading the chat. It's double and triple layered. You understand? So I don't even know if the green screen is in effect because I haven't seen any. I haven't heard any of the registers, so I can't see it. I don't know what's going on. So if you are doing it, it is not me. So I'm definitely asking for pardons because I can't see anything up in here. It's all fuzzy. Okay? But we're going to keep it 1,000. Now, and I'm going to read this straight from the research. Because at that climb, remember, some of y'all are young. But I remember that this is the same hot track years. 1984, 85, 86, 87, right? When they were making these mega pop stars, Cher started blowing up. Madonna went crazy on the charts. Now you got Tina, you got Lionel Richie. Pop music is killing it. Hip hop is just going through a renaissance. Dudes ain't even going gold. It's rare. The only groups that was going platinum or went platinum, Fat Boys, Houdini, Running Them, Beasties. And they was the big things, but pop music dominated. Michael Jackson, Whitney, Prince. This it. Okay? Now, let's keep it 1,000. When she was doing all that, what love got to do, and the hair came, and she 44 years old. Another accomplishment. Nobody was getting pushed through like that. It was a young person game. They pushed her through. So you got to ask yourself, why? Who was she representing? Okay? In 1985, Tina began dating her future husband, Erwin Bach. Later, moving to Switzerland in 1995 to be with him. Okay? In her 1986 autobiography, I, Tina, she wrote that she had become a little bit estranged from most of her children except for Craig. By October 1989, she had also cut her children off financially, telling Australia's TV Week of her decision, "I'm still there for the boys, but I'm not going to let them use me." So, you cut them off financially. Okay? You cut them off. They dead financially, and you were estranged from them. If she was a man, a melanated man, y'all be calling her all type of deadbeats. Or him, all type of deadbeats. Anyone in that situation. How you gonna do that? Them your children, no matter how old they are. You the daddy. She cut them off. She was estranged from them when she started dating Homie, the Euro. Now, the kids don't have nothing to do with what she was going through with Ike. Nothing. But she left them for the Euro. Now, they might have been custies. And she later said it in later interviews that they had major struggles because of the divorce and the environment that they was in, that they couldn't handle it. And they all had different vices. Am I saying that as a celebrity entertainer that she should pay for their drug habits, even though they're, struggling, and should she continuously put them in rehabs and all that? Y'all expect us to do it. They expect black men to do it all. Those are your children. You had them. You the daddy. I'm putting you on child support, all type of things. That's what you say. That's the conversation. And it's been that. I've been hearing that. Very divisive. Because the system tells you this. So it pits black man against black woman. But the system wasn't doing that too thick back then. At least not publicly. This is her decision. To not only divorce from her abuser, but to, in chasing the dream of being this star, cut your kids off. This is fact. This is what was done. So you can rest in peace and do all that all you want. You can forget and thrust people up. Not in this class. Not in this class. because they chastised, I've chastised the Passport Brothers for their stinking thinking and saying, how could you dare do that when there's millions of black women running around, good black women, solid? How can you make an ignorant statement like that? She didn't make the statement. She did it. Immediately. Wasn't no... Immediately. Oh, I'm out of that? I'm over here now. And now what do I have to do to become a megastar? That was all that was in her intentions. How can I be a superstar? Now, in this, I want our Moorish brothers and Bays this and Bays that to keep talking all that stuff about citizenry and all that. Now, if she was able to do it, I'm trying to find out why it's so difficult for many of y'all here to do it, and why the ones who know how to do it charging people so much to get it done. Okay, let's move on. Let's go on. It's no surprise that Tina Turner is no longer American. The U.S. Embassy in Bern, Switzerland confirms that she was in the embassy in late October to sign her statement of voluntary relinquishment of U.S. citizenship. Still, this was a long time coming. Ms. Turner had announced the step in January after her long-time residency there and marriage to German record executive Erwin Bach. So it makes sense. And while it doubtless wasn't tax motivated, our tax system doesn't exactly help. Ms. Turner retired from the concert stage in 2009. She moved to Switzerland in 1995, where her long-term partner, Mr. Bach, was transferred. Still, if Gerard and Nicolas Sarkozy are quintessentially French, Tina Turner is quintessentially American. Tina Turner, born Anna Mae Bullock, lives in the Zurich suburb, of Kuznach. She needed approval from the canton of Zurich, as well as Swiss federal authorities, before receiving the red Swiss passport. So they're saying that taxes and money and finances wasn't her motivation. Nothing about being black and proud or revolutionary, red, black, green, none of that. She relinquished her citizenship, and what we will find out in later interviews was because they appreciated her music more overseas than they did in the States. Her music. So I'm out because musically, because of the career choice, I'm more appreciated over there than here. I'm out. So I got rid of the man who was beating me via divorce. So he ain't the issue. Them kids, I ain't thinking about them. Nor am I thinking about the inequities of black people in the States. I'm going over here because they appreciate my music more. Because over there, I'm bigger than McDonough and Mick Jagger. In the States, my music ain't appreciated. So when I see a plethora of RIPs and how great she was and what she did and whoop-de-woo and women and power. What was done? I always ask that. What is her day job and how does the day job, how does the day job motivate you to have a better quality of life, tangible quality of life? Did she put together any domestic abuse, survival residencies? Any domestic abuse hotline? Mothers and children shelters? Any of that? Any of that? I haven't. I'm going to keep researching. I haven't seen her protest, stand in front, get locked up. None of that. For anything. She up and gone. I'm out of here. I have the ability through my voice and image to get appreciated by the Euros, so I'm gone. I don't have to deal with that. But I feel y'all, when I come back, come to my show. And married the Euro, the German. Passport brother, #1. Yeah. Passport Tina. Again, love who you love who love you. But this is social media. This time and space. We sure are critiquing everything. We sure are making an attempt to cancel everybody. Everyone has an opinion. We have to deal with facts. And the fact of the matter is Passport Tina broke out. Got the life preserver. I'm saving me. Me and my legs, we out of here. Gone. Because I can sing my songs. I can be a hero. I can be a private dancer in Europe forever. Y'all all right. I'm gone. So as the kids struggle through everything that we struggle through, right? Reaganomics, the crack epidemic, turbulent 90s. Struggled through that. She was overseas, in Switzerland, skiing and shit. Living large. And she said, I'm larger than Madonna over there. Yeah, Tina and Erwin Bach. So you see how it works? When you put it in a different frame, when you not blinded by press releases and eloquent editorials and woe is me attitudes. I can't put hands on her since probably what, 83? When did she get the divorce? When was she gone from him? right? You still talking about that? I mean, that's how they treat us when we talk about an enslavement of our people. Y'all still worrying about that? Get over it. Y'all don't need reparations. So why the hell you allow them to say, yeah, I beat her up? Hmm? What? Y'all in class. Everybody gets it. We have to deal with truth so we can stop living the lies. Everybody been through their own trauma. Everybody been through their own struggle. And damn it, a lot of us been beat up and abused. A lot of us. And a lot of us going to transition. But how we live, how we manifest, how we enhance the quality of our lives is when we deal with absolute truth. So when you critiquing the passport, brother, put Tina in the group too. Oh yeah. She did better than them. At least they keeping their passport. She gave hers up. Nah, I'm with the Euros. I'm living Euro. I'm sleeping Euro. And I transition with the Euro. So before y'all idolize and canonize these people, you better look and see, well, what have they really done for me? Because I see what they did for themselves. Yeah, no doubt. Very inspirational. But what has that journey done for me? And who is really doing things for me that I can identify with, that I can adopt, that I can make my life better? Because I ain't got no Tina legs. I can't show my legs. Mm-mm. Nah, I can't wear no fringe skirt and all that shit. So her shit ain't gonna work for me. Can't do it. You understand? Her struggle is far removed from my struggle. So yeah, you lived your purpose. And that's that. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're going to be 100 all the way around the board, it has to be consistent. So there's no gray areas, no room for debate. If it's wrong for them, it was wrong for her. And the shit is, most of the passport brothers is doing it on their own dime. Tina did it on y'all dime. Anytime we support an artist, we pay for their lifestyle. The industry ain't giving them shit. We do that. We buy merch. We buy tickets. CDs, albums, cassettes, all that shit for the years that they was going hard on that we was doing. The industry ain't paid for that. We paid for that. What was your return on your investment? What was your return? I know my mom's love Tina. Oh, that's Tina. And in my generation, we had to be reintroduced to it because we just didn't get it. And they forced that on. No, she got beat. No, I beat her. Forced that on us. We was like, damn, well, damn. The hell I ain't beat her for? Like, damn, what happened? Burn that in our skulls. And what? She didn't give it nobody else a shot. Did she? Did she? You ever heard her dating anybody after that until a Euro? Ain't give another black man a shot. So as far as we know, she only had two. First baby pops, we don't know what happened. Maybe Ike chased him away. We don't know. And Ike. So your experience led you to say, oh, black men, I'm out of here. Sick of this shit. Not the country is a mess. Not our people is a mess. Two black men. And your experience with that led you to say, God damn it, Passport Tina, I'm checking out. This is what was done. Don't get mad at the educator. We're having an exchange. If it is not true, check me on it. Who else did she deal with before you wrote off an entire nation of black men? Don't get quiet. Again, see, I like it. They playing funny games. I can't read nothing in the chat. Nothing. So again, excuse me for not being direct because I'm seeing layers. So if somebody's in the chat, three of y'all are in it, it's not coming one at a time. It's three comments on top of each other. Like I said, I haven't seen the green screen, I haven't seen the notification, I haven't seen any of that. Nothing. But yo, if I'm wrong, let me know. Y'all sure be having a lot to say when it comes to black men and how they move and what they doing. I already told y'all. Anybody that's working for Disney, ABC, all of them, if they melanated women, got a Euro husband or wife. But y'all don't hear about that. Y'all don't research that enough. From Robert Roberts on down. What? What? You don't have narratives going one way and that's just it. So yeah, Tina, we respect your legacy, what you did on Wax, your consistent tours and all that. Many of them in Europe. But you Passport Tina to me. And you're going to always be Passport Tina. Because that's all I know you as. I didn't know you as Ike and Tina. I was too young. I wasn't born yet. By the time you reinvented yourself, you was with Irwin. You wasn't with Jamal. You wasn't with Roosevelt. You wasn't with James. You was with Irwin. Bah! You wasn't with Booby. None of that shit. So that's all I was raised knowing you with. Passport Tina. In Switzerland. Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, that's the build for the night. Because it's again, it's a little bit strange to me now that's ever since we started with video breakdown, I can't read the chat so fluently. I really can't see it. A lot of low hate going on. But man, I'm an intelligent, mean something. They don't give it up like me, boy. I provoke thought. You gonna learn some shit here and shift how you look, shift how you move. Okay? That's the bill for the night. Again, I'm making an attempt to be very consistent, but I got a lot going on this week, a lot. So my schedule is all over the place. All over the place. All over the place. Going through a lot. I'm going to give it up. Because in this class, you're going to be light years ahead of anybody. Trust that. Light years. Light years. All that false narrative bullshit, that's gone. We deal with truth. We deal with truth. Y'all thought Neo could read the Matrix. Y'all ain't seen shit until I'm finished with y'all. Y'all gonna see all this shit crystal clear. Clear. Alright, so I appreciate y'all for coming to class. Remember, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Believe in my belief in you. You are the manifestation of universal truth and excellence. I'm telling you. Y'all don't know how powerful you are. But you got to believe in you. Telling you. All this other shit is a distraction. All of it. It's the only way it works. When you relinquish and give up the power to acknowledge yourself as that divine entity. Salute, peace and power. All peace and power to the people that struggle. Again, I didn't see any green screens, not near Cash App. I haven't seen it. So if it's in there, you did it, I can't read it. I can't see it. Nothing come through. So, right? Blame it on technology, not on the heart. All right? Peace and power. Peace and power. Salute, salute, salute.